Inc.com.
Want to meet someone not online? At It's Just Lunch, we make great matches and even arrange the dates so you can make a real connection with a real person. It's Just Lunch. Connection awaits. Guaranteed dates. Visit itsjustlunchtwincities.com or call 612-355-2727.
Barrero back with you for Mosquito Shield. And you know it's inevitable. You know those pesky mosquitoes and those diseased ticks are on their way. My strong recommendation? Let the folks at Mosquito Shield treat your backyard and solve the problem. And they treat for the entire season. Go to moshield.com/Dan for $75 off. And now, also servicing the Brainerd Lakes area.
When the power goes out, Hero Home Services keeps your home running. Our whole home generators ensure your lights stay on, your system keeps running, and your family stays safe. When your home needs a hero, call 612-900-2021.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're all about keeping you on the road to summer fun, to rides, to the beach, even to faraway places. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here.
7th Avenue Pizza. Fresh ingredients, thin crust, spicy sauce. 7th Avenue Pizza's family owned right here in Minnesota. 7th Avenue Pizza.
Fan forecast.
Mid-70s today. Sunny skies. Gorgeous out.
You've got to listen to playoff basketball on the Fan.
The Timberwolves have defeated the Lakers. They close out the series in 5 games.
This is the audio home of the Timberwolves. iHeartRadio and KFAN, the Fan.
1 million males.
KFAN.com/watch. It's time for the Power Hour. Watch these guys. Watch these fellas. Watch Hawk just go crazy on cam right now.
I like jamming. I was just playing Saucy, that Damocles song from Sleep Token. What a good tune, man.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that song. Hi, Ben. You'll like that song, too. I would encourage you to listen to it.
He did. I did listen to it. I like the jam. It was not what I was expecting.
Not at all, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Good
tune.
I thought it was going to be more metal.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be more rock.
And the rest of the stuff is. That song just hits me where it hurts, though. Wow, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, I like the vibe of that one. It was not what I was expecting you to be talking about this morning.
And again, like, I love just putting it, when you have no idea what you're listening to, you're just driving along and you listen to new music. But he goes, what if I can't stand up and I can't stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? Who will I be when the empire falls? I'll wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. It's like, damn. I get you. I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I feel you. I love it, man. Good. People are making music. Keep doing it. Keep creating art. I love it. Feed the river.
Yeah, there's he had that particular song had a similar vibe to this guy I like as well called Saint Raymond. And Saint Raymond's probably less rock and more singer-songwriter, but had kind of the same vibe. And they both, I'm guessing they're both English.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about the other guy, but Sleep Token is,
Yeah. I think St. Raymond has like a similar sound, so I'm thinking that they're probably from that area. But yeah, it's I like it a lot.
A lot, yeah. He wears a very scary mask. Does Sleep Token?
Yeah, that is kind of
sweet.
He
wants to remain anonymous.
He does.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, will we find out who it was?
I don't know.
Joey Lawrence.
Oh, that'd be cool. What if it's Mouth from the Goonies?
Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Corey's great.
So good.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Oh, he's playing October 1st. He's playing at Target Center. Nice.
Target Center?
What? I was going to say, wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this guy was that big.
Yeah.
Damn.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
In October?
In October 10th, yeah.
You sure he's just not playing halftime of a Wolves game?
No, he's a big deal, man.
Damn, good for him.
Yeah, he sold a lot of records.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it can't be halftime of the Wolves game because he didn't have a hit in the early 90s like, Belle Biv DeVoe or Naughty by Nature or Vanilla Ice. Man, they've brought some absolute bangers to halftime.
Hell yeah. They had Coolio right before he died.
Exactly. I don't...
Wait,
I hate giving the Red Panda the night off, but if you're gonna...
Coolio passed away.
Bring in Belle Biv DeVoe.
Why can't you combine the two?
Yeah.
See, best idea I've heard all morning. Just Belle Biv DeVoe and Red Panda.
Biv DeVoe?
Right.
Sure, you can give Belle the night off.
I want to see her chasing waterfalls with plates on her head.
That's deals.
Whatever.
They get confused for Belle Biv DeVoe.
I bet.
You're right. Sorry.
Don't go chasing waterfalls with plates on your head. It's good advice, though.
Wait, didn't Naughty by Nature sing OPP?
Sure.
that's right.
Yeah, we should have her there for that.
I was
other
gonna use
people's
that.
plates.
Yeah, other people's plates.
You down with other people's plates?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Don't break those plates. Those are my mom's. Hey, Max, so the Reach kids are here. Would you mind going to get them
Yes,
real quick?
sir.
Thank you, buddy. Put it in the performance room if you
Sleep
don't mind.
Token, by the way, 8.5 million monthly listens.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
No
popping.
kidding.
Never even heard of this guy.
Man,
Never
I know.
heard of him.
Man, that song rocks. Okay, here we go. Fan 5, everybody.
It's time for Fan 5 on
Let's
the
do it.
Power Trip.
Okay.
Presented by Builders and Remodelers.
Thank you, builders and remodelers. Let's rock.
Did anybody watch the Kentucky Derby on Saturday?
Forgot about it.
Did.
Yep.
I did.
It was a muddy track.
Yeah, it was.
Ben, on Twin Cities Live the other day, you guys were talking about the Derby, and you guys were asking what names everybody liked, and that was Elizabeth said, I like Sovereignty, and then that was the winner. So she liked the name. Sometimes, though, you just got to bet on the name, right?
Yeah, man.
Go to the horse track. Maybe not the Derby, because, I don't know, you can maybe get a little bit of a better feel of what horses are actually good and which ones aren't. But when you go to, like, Canterbury and you're just like, I'm just going to throw darts. It seems like when my kids bet on the name, they win just as often as I do, checking the old stupid program, right? So why not? Bet on the name. So Elizabeth would have won. Beat Journalism by like a length and a half in the 151st Kentucky Derby. Journalism was 3-1. Sovereignty was about 7-1. Won $3.1 million.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Sloppy, muddy track.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah. It was sweet.
I feel like weather's been a part of this the last couple of years. Am I just imagining that?
Carl Weathers?
No, he's
He
no
passed
longer with
away.
us, so he was
Yeah.
not
I
there.
was gonna say, I don't think he could.
Yeah, Ivan Drago
He
killed
was
him.
there in spirit, I bet.
Poor
Yeah, but
Chubbs.
If you have a, you went to the Masters, Mus, and said it was like bucket list, greatest thing ever, right?
Fantastic,
Can you
yeah.
imagine if you've been waiting your whole life to go to the Kentucky Derby and you got to wear a rain poncho and it just sucks?
Yeah, especially
I
when
know.
I got this really sweet hat.
Buzzkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would wear a cool hat, Mus.
Oh, for sure.
You look good in
Something
hats.
big.
Yeah.
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 Audacious.
Audacious, yes.
Hey, by the way, Sleep Token
Yeah.
completely sold out.
Yeah,
the
how
tour.
about that? I looked at you.
It's complete. You can't get tickets.
You
There's
can't
no
even make
tickets.
fun of it.
Okay, so
Saucy.
Hawk, how did you find out about this guy?
Like I said, I do this thing on Apple Music where they have like a browse category, and they always put out a thing of songs called Breaking Hard Rock. And I just hit play and listen to every song on the list. And if I like something, I save it. And I came across that song, and I was like, man, this is really awesome.
It shows the power of the stream and, the
Yeah.
internet.
Well, it's
where
the
there's so much more music that's out there that you don't even know about.
For sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's sweet.
and they're often bands I've never heard of. Like yesterday, Mammoth, which is I do know that's Eddie Van Halen's kid. Sleep Token, Turnstile, Starset, Ghost has a new record out. Pup, Propaganda, Loathe, Witchcraft, all these bands I'd never heard of, and I just was listening to, and I downloaded like 4 different records. So,
Chuck, it's Marvin, your cousin, Marvin Berry. You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
you guys aren't ready for it, but your kids are gonna love it.
Your kids are going to
By
love
the way,
it.
check Marvin Berry didn't exist. No such thing. That's a completely made up story.
Which is cool.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that either, but obviously irrelevant to the story. But just the fact that it's Chuck Berry's cousin or whatever, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Marvin Berry.
Yeah.
Great film. I mean, what's the best one, Hawk?
Number 1, not even close.
The third one by a mile.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
about
Why do you love the
old
third
one.
one?
His name is
Take.
Clint Eastwood. How cool
Yeah.
is that? What a
Yeah.
great idea.
My favorite is the second one, but the third one's pretty good, Hogs.
Oh boy.
It's pretty good. It's kind of I don't like what they did to the city. I don't like Biff.
Oh, poor Biff.
The Minnesota Frost are going to open the PWHL playoffs at Toronto on Wednesday, which is a little bit interesting because, the PWHL beat the rest of the men's leagues to this, and I just think it's genius. They did the bit where the number 1 seed gets to pick their opponent. And Montreal chose to play the 3rd seed, Ottawa. They didn't want this smoke.
No,
So
why
they
would
picked
they?
Ottawa, which means we, the 4th seed, take on Toronto instead. So best out of 5 starts on Wednesday. The winners square off in the finals. trying to defend their title. But I love the pick your opponent bit.
That is sweet.
That is cool.
The NHL should be first.
Yes. Yeah.
Or the NBA. Well, but like baseball, don't care. Football, whatever, fine. NBA and NHL got to get on this real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Turn it into a spectacle. Turn it into a giant TV event where it's number one seed gets to pick who they want to play.
Get 2 hours out of it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this year, and with the seedings and the fact that the Wolves are a 6 seed and they're hosting a series in the conference semifinals. I mean, seeds don't mean much anymore anyway. You might as well put some meaning towards them, and this is a great way to do it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it.
Go Frost, by the way.
Yeah, go Frost.
Hell yeah, man.
Taylor Heisey and
whatnot.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler won something called the CJ Cup Byron Nelson, and he tied a PGA Tour 72-hole scoring record of 253. Tied Justin Thomas. And Rosie once said Ludwig Oberg was somebody just way off the board, but he also has posted a 253 in the past. So Oberg, Thomas, and now Scheffler, 253s.
On Sunday, when he put a tee in the ground, he was already up, I think, by 10.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, he was minus, before he teed off on Friday, he was minus 700.
Yeah, no, the dude just killed it. It looks like he's got his swing back.
Closed
and
with
his
a
putter was actually
63.
working.
Shot a 63 yesterday to finish 31 under par.
Yeah.
31.
Can I be? This is not a hating on golf question.
Yeah,
but what he won? How much money?
I don't know. I can look it up quickly.
I thought you said
this is the top out of it. That's not a major. This is one of the top ones for the purse, the Byron Nelson, because this has been happening for.
I guess my question is how many people watch this event?
I did not.
How many people care about this event?
I did not.
I did a little.
Yeah, I guess I know people do.
He won 1.7.
But no, it's not a Thursday through. You're not watching all of it.
No.
You're just catching it on Sunday, and then all of a sudden,
in the world of golf as a sport, as a spectator sport, I understand the majors. The whole world is watching the majors.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to these other tournaments, how do they have enough money to even pay these purses? Because who's actually watching?
Huge crowds.
Really?
Yeah. At the Byron especially, huge crowds.
Like at the event.
Yeah.
But the money's not. But they're not making the money at the event. They're making money through TV rights and whatever, right?
Sure.
Just like all the other sports.
And corporate partnerships and all those VIP tents and everything where these companies will pay, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be part of this, if not more. So
it's been close to a $2 million.
I mean, even the 3M Open is
1.7.
1.7? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, does well. And they're going to be here for a while, I guess.
Yeah, and we have a major next week.
And if you're a huge golf fan and it comes to town, when the 3M, you're like, well, I got to go to that. I guess the Ryder Cup was here too. It was like, oh my God, I got to get tickets.
Yeah, I get all the stuff, the activation on site. I guess I wasn't thinking that attributed to a large part of the take-home purse. I always thought, just much like other sports, it's more about the TV rights and the advertising on TV and whatever streaming device versus the people that are actually there.
And every weekend there's a tournament. I totally get that portion of it as well. You'd be surprised.
No.
Yeah, I'm just
That
surprised
lady
they can make
doesn't
that
care.
much money on some of these events.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are going to host the Golden State Warriors starting tomorrow night. Game 1 of the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. 8:30 start in Minneapolis because the Wolves have home court advantage. The Rockets would have had home court advantage over the Timberwolves if they had won, but the Warriors won 103-89, eliminating Houston. So the Golden State Warriors, underdogs in the game, underdogs in the series. The Wolves are minus 175 to win the series, and they are 6-point favorites on DraftKings in game 1.
Finchie says the bench has to be a factor.
Not always going to be everybody's night to score. In the playoffs, you're going to get maybe some open looks just because of the way they're guarding your teammates. You got to stay ready to knock those down. Those guys haven't really connected at a high level for their shooting yet, but the reason that they've been able to be so impactful is because of all the other little things that they do.
Not just the clincher where the Wolves were freaking terrible from 3 and still won, even though they should have won by 30. Finch just nailed it. We have 3 or so players that just haven't had it at all from 3, and they still won 4 out of 5. So if you want to be optimistic, it's man, if like Nikhil Alexander-Walker, if Naz Reid, if those guys start heating up, Dante, if they start heating up, sky's the limit for how good this team can be. Because we crushed in round one and shot terribly from three, except for that game where we hit 21 or whatever. Was that game one?
Yeah, it was game one.
Yeah.
21 of 42.
Yeah. Hey, Max.
Hey.
Isn't it like the matchup to watch is Draymond and Rudy?
Oh yeah,
that's one of the matchups to watch, certainly. And Rudy got a bit of revenge against Luka Doncic and all those one-on-one slander allegations from last year. So I'd expect he's going to go on a little bit of a revenge tour on Draymond as well this year. Two former defensive players of the year, and Draymond might win it again this year. And it's like Finchy said, we just talked about it an hour ago, but we haven't played our A+ game yet. Guys like Nikhil, Dante, even Naz Reid to a lesser extent haven't really been on, quote unquote, yet. And the Wolves still took care of the Lakers in 5. So if those guys can get going, then this team's going to be really hard to beat.
Headlines next. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
Listen to Buzz on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Buzz to start listening.
Check out chillboys.com right now and start shopping for the newest and best undies in the land. For your pickleball, golf, or fishing enthusiasts, they have the right pair for you. Shop chillboys.com right now. Use Sauce15 for 15% off.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Corey Coe from the Power Trip Morning Show on KFAN. And if you've been putting off LASIK because of the price, Ovo LASIK and Lens has you covered with their best LASIK price guarantee. That's right. So if you find a lower LASIK price anywhere else, Ovo will match it while still giving you the best technology, expert care, and all the added benefits that you won't find anywhere else. And one thing no one else has that Ovo definitely does is the legends of LASIK. Dr. Mark Lobanoff and Dr. David Whiting. These guys are two of the most respected LASIK surgeons in the entire world. That's why I went to Dr. David Whiting over a decade ago. And at Ovo, you also receive the latest LASIK technology, 11 months of follow-up care, and the Ovo Lifetime Assurance, which means your vision's going to stay crystal clear for years to come. And don't forget, Ovo is the official LASIK provider of the Minnesota Wild and the Timberwolves. Plus, with 24-month interest-free financing, LASIK is as little as $4 a day. So no more glasses, no more contacts, just perfect vision at the best price. Schedule your free LASIK consultation today at ovoi.com or call 87.
Hey, thanks for watching the grill, Jake. Hey, no problem, neighbor. You know what doesn't need watching? That 94-inch farmhouse table you're sitting at right there. With the highest quality HDPE furniture on the market, there's really nothing to maintain. All By the Yards furniture comes with a 35-year warranty, maintenance-free, 10 UV stabilized colors, and it's all made right here in the U.S. Premium outdoor furniture that's going to last a lifetime. I know, right?
With By the Yard, life is better outdoors.
Unique. Easy to work with, great pressure washers, and the service to back it up. Ben, how do they place an order with you?
Visit us in Robbinsdale, send us an email, or call us at 763-521-4442.
At Dean's Home Services, we're known for doing a lot of different things well, like heating and cooling, electrical and plumbing, so we decided to combine some of those things and pass the savings on to you. When you buy a new AC and furnace, we'll include your choice of a free water heater, half off a new electrical panel, or a free indoor air quality bundle. That's a value of up to $3,500. Click over to calldeans.com for effortless scheduling. At Dean's, we are outrageously professional.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here for my amazing friends at Window Nation and windownation.com. Prepare for the summer heat with energy-efficient windows from my friends at Window Nation. Their windows are built to keep your house cool during those summer.
It's suns out, guns out with Wolf River Electric solar panels. Thanks to Wolf River Electric, Sonny here can finally get all of his energy out. And when the sun's out, Sonny has way more energy than we know what to do with. So we sell that energy back to the electric company. Sun's out, money's in. Switch to Wolf River Electric and make every day, rain or shine, a suns out, guns out day.
Nothing until 2027. Get a free entry door when you buy a house full of windows. Why do I trust my friends at Window Nation? They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. All of their windows go through a 50-point inspection. They are the absolute best at what they do. Simply go to windownation.com or call 866-90-NATION. windownation.com. Bye.
Listen to Ben Lieber on the Power Trip, sponsored by Mystic Lake.
Now back to the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios. It's the Power Trip on the Fan.
Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show 823, final segment of the show on Cinco de Mayo, 5th of May. Ben Lieber, Mike Mussman over there, cast of thousands. A little bit more time with Maxwell before he heads off to be a big television star. And then Ben heads off to be a big television star, and the rest of us are ugly. So they won't let us on the TV. But you can watch us right now at KFAN.com/watch. And all the kids from Reach are here. Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the radio show. There you go. All of them saying, being warned off radio.
I'm ugly?
I didn't say you were.
Oh, thank you.
I implied it.
I was once on TV.
Yeah, I know.
And then it went to HD, and they're like, ooh, we can't pan out enough.
Oh, that's not
What were you on
not
TV
true.
for? America's Most Wanted?
No.
It's not
Jared Allen show in Vikings country?
Mussman, have a seat.
Yeah, Mussman, sit down.
It's
Why'd you
not the
bring Zima?
HD, it's the 4K.
Why do you have vodka and Kit Kats?
Oh.
That's not far off.
I love Kit Kats.
I sure do love them.
Not for that purpose, just in general.
I'm starting to get into
It's kind of creepy how
whatchamacallit.
you said it, though.
You guys remember the whatchamacallit?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, so good.
You put a
So good.
whatchamacallit in the freezer?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Lordy.
Oh, freezer. I didn't
Oh,
even
put
think
the
about
whatchamacallit
that.
in the
So good.
freezer? Oh,
Almost
it's the
all
best.
chocolate should go in the freezer.
Snickers for sure. But the bite-sized one.
Speaking of chocolate, my wife's currently dealing with one of our stupid-ass dogs ate a bunch of chocolate this morning.
Oh, no.
And is now throwing up everywhere and shaking. And now she's calling the vet, and the vet's saying we got to maybe take her to like an emergency thing, and there's poison control. It's like, what do you do with a dog that's had a whole bunch of chocolate?
Sorry.
You
make it throw up.
What kind of chocolate?
You got to make them throw up.
She's been throwing up a ton, though. But I mean, if she's throwing it all up, are we good to go? How does
probably
that
have
work?
to pump her
You
stomach.
have to give her a whole bunch of hydrogen peroxide or something like that.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna guess
What
you
kind
have
of chocolate did you say?
I don't know.
So if it's like dark chocolate, yeah, that's an emergency. If it's regular milk chocolate, it depends. But yeah, that's
You
scary.
have tiny dogs. How is chocolate so available?
Thanks,
No idea.
Doogie Howser.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like they crawled up your pantry shelf.
Thanks,
like you just
Dr.
had it
Quinn, medicine
sit on the
woman.
ground or
Hey,
what?
sometimes
you
dogs
love
get into
that
things
show.
they're not supposed to. Not saying I know from
Amen,
experience, but sometimes dogs get into things they're not
They
supposed
can eat
to.
a lot of
Is
weird
that
stuff
right?
and live. It's
Hey,
really
Hawk,
cool. Yes, sir.
how much did you love the show Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
So much.
She was so hot.
Yeah, it's not just that, though. I mean, there were some real medical problems she solved
Yeah,
back
he
in the olden
loved it.
days.
Such as?
Dogs eating chocolate.
Yeah. They
And
brought Zach
by that,
in.
I mean her friends.
Oh.
They were her dogs.
Yeah, her buddies.
Yeah.
I thought you meant her friends were chocolate.
No, I hope
Very
they're
progressive.
okay. I hope your dog's okay. But I have seen dogs live through that many a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our
Lots of
yellow
dogs
lab,
live through it.
Yeah.
But Frenchies are medical nightmares just in general. Then you add in the component of, well, hey, or eat a bunch of chocolate and see how this thing works out.
Hi,
So
meat.
apparently it's already coming out both ends.
Well, does the dog? I mean, how much is this dog like its life? Because they eat it on purpose. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
is it
scale
sick
of
of
1 to
being a
10.
medical marvel?
Is it tired of seeing you hammer yourself?
Oh yeah, we all are. By the way,
You know, there's kids in the other room, right?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Answer the question though, Sal.
Corey, is your house like my house that somehow it's your fault? Even though you're here at work?
Oh, I'm sure I'll hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It's
sure
always
it's
Corey's
why did you
fault.
buy that chocolate? Why did you,
What
put it?
kind of chocolate was it? What would you know? What it was?
Don't know.
Yeah, was it wrappers and everything?
Yeah, how
big
much
question.
chocolate options do you have at your home?
We're like little
A
kisses.
plethora, yeah. It's like
Plethora?
chocolate's 80% of my diet. By the way, it's just classic Zach that, of course, Zach knows what chocolates dogs can and cannot eat. He's just like the weirdest Cliff
have a
Clavin of
dog, and
knowledge.
We've had that problem.
He may have a
There you
dog.
go.
He
And
have
I've
a
also
dog.
had the problem that Max ran into.
Is it because of the caffeine in the darker chocolate?
I think it's the cocoa or something.
Yeah.
The
Great movie.
Bromine or something. I can't remember.
Wow.
What?
That's my
Yeah,
cousin's name.
I believe he plays for the Wolves. Doesn't he?
Theo Bromine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wished him happy birthday. And Corey ripped it.
Thea Bromine. I don't even know how you say it, but
Yeah, it's
okay.
better off that you just
Yeah, that's all
fine.
right.
Just leave it alone.
From the Huxtables?
Yeah.
Cliff.
Oh, don't have him around your dog.
All right, headlines. Here we go. A community in Florida is being terrorized by a man who throws groceries through the windows of homes, including meat and canned corn. Just throwing groceries through windows.
Why?
He's just
I don't
giving
know.
back.
This is
His
kind of a
name's
fun
Simon.
game.
Are you sure it's not DoorDash?
That's a good point.
I don't know. God, I want canned corn, but I'm too lazy to go get it.
I'm not even going to open
Just
the door.
DoorDash
Just
it.
throw it through my window.
Yeah.
Meat
Just
and
hammer
canned
me
corn.
with it.
All right.
Butt bar.
You turned it up a notch.
I did.
Yeah, what happened?
There's kids over there.
Well, okay, sorry.
I'm guessing the neighbors aren't mad that he's thrown it through the windows. It's just they're not getting what they want.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Who eats cream
Oh,
corn?
my neighbor didn't get spam. I get spam every time. It sucks.
baguette.
Yeah, and also, make sure the windows are open.
Yeah.
Right? Open windows, sure. Throw in free food. That's
Yeah,
fine.
they're not saying that he broke windows. They're just saying that he threw them through the window.
It says throws groceries through windows.
Was it Uncle Rico?
Don't know if that is.
Still got it.
I don't know if that's
if he
open windows
sees
or
an
closed
open window
windows.
and he throws, a can of corn through, it's like thank you.
Yeah, then it's really like, how is that any different than Santa or the Easter Bunny?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get creative. A drunk and pantsless man was arrested in Florida
I was not recently in Florida, so
with all parts on display. Right, he's naked.
sure.
Jeez.
He is 56-year-old Vincent Conroy.
Yes.
But that is not the name that he gave police. Let's see if we can get close. This is a. How do I want to?
Just like initials? You just give us-
Wait, now he wasn't throwing meat through windows, right?
Not yet.
This is a. How do I give this away without giving it away? How can I get you guys there? This is a. This is a real person's name. Real might be whatever. Initials are CD.
Chad Abbott.
And no, it's not CD's nuts.
Chisholm Dickey.
That's not far off.
Okay.
Like, you were closer than you think.
He's all man.
See if anybody can get his name.
Chad Doncic.
Charles Dickinson.
Start over. Do it again.
Chucky Dickinson.
Charles Dickens.
Yes!
Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Charles Dickens is the right answer.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
He went with,
Wow.
told the cops his name was Charles Dickens.
Brilliant.
And then they looked it up and he was 56-year-old Vincent Conroy.
Well,
The
when you're
dude
naked,
is
yeah.
really handsome.
I bet.
Kind of a-
Yeah, sure, man. Sure.
Right, yep.
I like
Sounds
having,
handsome.
you got to have a nickname for it. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a funny fake name.
That is
if
funny,
that's
yeah.
your bit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want to do this story. You know what? I'm going to send this story to you. And so you can read it.
Why? You
Max,
don't think you can do it in a PC way
I
or
have a
what?
studio full of kids, and I would like, but I do need you to read the story that goes with this audio clip.
All right,
You ready?
Sauce, you do it. Show the kids how to read. Show the kids how to broadcast.
This is a gentleman in Florida. Well, here you go.
Wow, that's a lot of
He
words.
pointed down at my feet and was like, "Oh, you have an ant on your shoe." And I was like, "Where?" And I'm frantic trying to get the ant off my shoe. And I'm like, "Where?" And he's like, "Right there, right there." And he bends down and he starts unbuckling my shoe and caressing my foot. And I just thought that was really weird. At the same time, he's fidgeting with his phone, petting my foot, fidgeting the phone. And I think he's trying to take some type of a video up my skirt. It was really alarming.
Guardsy.
Wow.
She allowed,
Guardsy.
she allowed a lot of things there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's victim
a lot.
shame.
Yeah, wow.
That's not the.
Wow.
All they're saying is
not
like,
the route that.
all of those
Wow.
things happened, and you didn't get out of there.
So before you decide whether he was in the wrong, do you want to know what she was dressed like?
Well, she was
Yeah.
really panicky about an ant.
Wow, must.
So are the Golden State Warriors.
Way to bring it home.
And Man, that was a sports joke. All right, so what is Sauce supposed to read? The details?
Yeah, please.
Sauce, show them how to broadcast by reading.
Several Tampa Bay area realtors have raised the alarm about a disturbing pattern involving a man they believe
Chad
is
Abbott.
targeting female agents during home showings in order to touch their feet.
His back is
Chad
bad. How's he getting that
Yeah,
low?
he has drop foot.
He does.
He likes other people's drop foot.
He crushed her.
They described his behavior as sexually inappropriate and has
Bizarre.
prompted an urgent call for increased safety measures. More than half a dozen women have now come forward with similar accounts of encounters with the same man, whom 10 Tampa, I would assume the TV channel, is not identifying because he has not been arrested or charged. They say he allegedly uses fake house tour bookings or drops in at an open house to get close to female agents, specifically to make contact with their feet.
Thank
How
you,
long are you going to talk?
Dan. Angela Julian, a Pennzoil County realtor,
Thank you, Moorhead.
said the man told her that there was an ant on her foot before he bending down and grabbing her shoe. He bends down, starts unbuckling my shoe and caressing my foot. I just thought that was really weird. At the same time, he's fidgeting with his phone, petting my foot, and I think he's trying to take some sort of video of my skirt. It was really alarming, she said.
JG.
Wow. The unsettling interactions date back till at least July of last year when the Pennzoil County and have continued as recently as this week in, I can read this word, Manatee County. More women are speaking out as word starts to spread about the encounters that have left many feeling violated and vulnerable. Very vulnerable. Instantly, you can see that sense something's not quite right. You can't really put your finger on it, Julian added.
He can't even read.
Les
Hey,
Hem,
Junior.
owner of Tampa Photos and a moderator of local realtors group, says the man appears to be exploiting publicly available information to locate agents.
It's PA, 9 to noon.
He's searching Zillow. He's using everything that everyone has public access to that is concerning.
You know, you remember in school, it was called reading and comprehension, right? Because it wasn't just about the ability to read it. It was read and retain, read and comprehend. It sounds like so much work for Sauce to read. There's no way he's retaining any of that.
Yeah, the guy's a perv.
All right, you got it.
He did sum it up. Yeah,
that's
sum
an
it up.
excellent
Good
summary.
point.
Right there, yeah.
Excellent summary.
Yeah, what a weird guy in the Pennzoil area.
He warned that open houses where up to 30 people can attend with little to no vetting, making agents especially vulnerable. Hine is now urging local agents to take proactive steps to protect themselves. If you carry a firearm, you need if you're carrying a firearm, you need firearm safety and practice. It's not about buying a gun and thinking you're going to be Annie Oakley. You're more apt to get hurt than actually protect yourself in that situation, he said.
PA and charge.
Along with using a buddy system and never holding a showing or open house alone, Julian emphasizes they need for basic protective tools.
Molesky.
Whoa.
No, everybody's involved.
Have pepper spray or something you can
Nordo, the
grab
only producer that's moral.
in an emergency to protect yourself.
Kevin Gore.
Even Gorgie?
Corgi, no.
At least one incident was reported to Clearwater Police in September. The department confirmed a similar complaint, but noted that no charges were filed at the time.
How long are
This
you
is
going
the
to talk?
longest
This is the longest story of all
Really
time.
long story.
Law enforcement officials stress that safety comes first and have advised realtors that if someone behaves inappropriately,
I mean, I don't know if the listeners in the Twin Cities need advice on avoiding this man. We get it.
Go to safety and call 911.
Greenway.
We just got to talk about
Chad
gun
Greenway.
safety, how we should file for open houses, what we should be looking for. How about just, we got it. We got it.
Help me.
Help
Interesting
me.
that
Help
Corey
me.
Interrupted when it came to how to avoid
Yes.
this.
Like,
man.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He doesn't want people.
I'm not into feet, but I am into kink shaming. That's my kink.
Well, this guy's into multiple
Local
things.
realtors are hoping the awareness will deter further incidents.
5-0.
And women realtors will recognize signs of suspicious behavior quickly enough to take action and avoid having a situation escalate.
Well, good, because Musk clearly wasn't pleased with her reaction time, that she should have done something way faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you would think. I mean, how weird is that? All of a sudden he goes right to the feet. You got to know something.
He was
going
unbuckling her shoe.
Case closed.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad do you want to sell a house?
Whoa. Well, Hawk, you've seen those videos.
Yeah, I've seen
times are
Maxo.
tough in Penisel County.
Maxo.
And I mean this in every way. They go to extreme lengths.
Yeah. Riley Reed sold a house in 5 minutes.
I bought 7 of them from him.
Right. Yeah.
Baseball.
Hawk owns 8 homes in Florida now.
Musk, I'm going to stop this story about 2/3 of the way through just to see if you have a hot take.
Oh, God. Here he goes. Be careful.
A 61-year-old man in Ohio named James Wicker.
65.
61, buddy. He was arrested after storming behind the counter at a Dairy Queen and assaulting a female employee. Now, should we ask questions or just move on? How do you feel?
Did she already do the Frosty thing?
Case
It's called a blizzard.
The Frosty thing?
Are you high?
Frosty.
I don't know. Is she a good sport?
But I mean, is it her fault or not?
No, it's not her fault.
Just checking.
I'm not saying we don't know the whole story yet.
Right.
Maybe it is her fault.
Do you have a brain bleed?
He jumped behind the counter and assaulted a female employee because his order was taking too long.
If it was a dude.
It was Ohio.
Now,
What were you going to say?
as Hawk is 100% correct.
He's
if you're
wrong.
going to order hot food, go inside.
He's wrong.
No, he's not.
Go inside.
He's wrong. The
No.
drive-through is for all people.
I understand it is.
It's
I get
Dairy
that.
Queen's responsibility to get people through the line faster.
I get you want to interact with
It's
more
Dr.
people.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, you should be able to order the chicken strip basket in the drive.
100%.
Sure.
See, Ben, I knew I liked you.
You should be, and you
I
are.
knew I liked you.
You
No.
just should not do it.
No.
I do it all
No,
the
you
time.
should go
No, not
inside.
do it. You should
You
go
offer
inside.
the full menu on
I
the
understand.
drive-through.
You are allowed to.
Then there should be two
should
separate
not.
drive-throughs, one for hot eats and one for
Yeah.
cool
Cool
treats.
Yeah, well, I
Yep.
couldn't. That's a great idea. Get it done. But right now, get out of my way of my blizzard. I need that ice cream, and I need it now.
Well, tell them to make the cheese curds faster. Let's go.
Right now, I got to go. I love you guys. See you Thursday.
Bye, buddy.
Bye,
There goes Ben
Benjamin.
Lehman, everybody.
Hey, did they ever,
Bye.
did
What's
they
her
ever
name?
catch Guardsy in Florida?
No, they never did.
Oh,
In
good
the
for
Penisel?
Guardsy.
Yeah.
In Penisel?
A jail in Georgia went into lockdown after officers could not find a missing inmate who was convicted of murder.
Good morning, Peter.
That's for Pete sauce.
What in the hell?
It makes me laugh. Why did we make the big voice guys say all of these things? They're so random.
Peter.
What is he thinking when he's recording that?
Will you play that again?
Good morning, Peter.
Why is he
He said that one with a different tone, too. He knows Peter personally.
Yeah.
So they were missing an inmate who was convicted of murder. The jail went into lockdown. They didn't know where the hell he was. Then the cops later discovered that they left that inmate at the courthouse holding cell overnight.
Juice.
What?
Yeah, it was O.J. Simpson.
What?
Oh, my God.
My Lord.
By the way,
I thought Kanye
by the
was
way,
here.
you're welcome for me quickly pivoting and changing it to O.J. Simpson. Big voice guy needs to enunciate just a little bit more. Well, that would be great.
Oh, my God.
You're right. Hold on.
Juice.
New topic.
Firefighters in Florida were responding to a burning semi-truck full of watermelons. I don't think anybody's ever cooked or burned watermelons, right? That can't be good.
Someone had to have tried
That seems
it once.
to defeat,
Yeah.
probably like in the Ronco food dehydrator, and then maybe one of them started on fire. I don't know.
That's sad.
Sounds awful. 64% of Americans say they worry more about running out of money than they do about death.
Loserville.
Wow.
They worry more about running out of money than they worry about death.
Well, that's sad.
Exo.
Did that shut us all down?
Yeah.
It sure did.
That got
Way to
sad.
disappoint and
Pear-shaped.
depress everyone.
Pear-shaped.
People on Twitter are submitting photo proof that their cities and states have the worst pizza. I don't know how you prove that with a photo unless it just looks terrible. Again, I've never had pizza, never will, so I'll have to trust you guys.
How could you ruin pizza in any way?
So
It's like the easiest thing.
give me a state that you've been to where you're like, for whatever reason, that style of pizza or that state just misses every time. Is it that different from state to state?
Well, I think there's a lot of states known for their style, right? So
I think this comes, if you're from one of those places, I feel like you have a way stronger opinion.
Yeah.
Like Chicago people and New York people have like serious beef over pizzas and stuff. But here, I'll eat any pizza. I've never been to a state where I was like, wow, this pizza sucks. I'll eat any pizza. But I feel like when you're from Cali, Chicago, New York, like you have stronger opinions about these things.
Yeah, and some of them are just overrated. Like Chicago pizza is way overrated.
How dare you?
No, thin crust Chicago pizza is not. The deep dish,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, it's
I'll
like-
eat it because I'm, fatty
It's
2
a
by
bowl
4
of pizza.
Yeah, it's still fine, but yeah.
From Philly Folly.
What?
I don't know.
I'll
That's
also
funny.
say the Ray's pizza
Sound like a
in New
fake
York
laugh.
is
It
a
was
little.
kind of, but I'm just trying to make everything go.
The Ray's pizza.
Missouri to
You ever had
Minneapolis.
that?
Start with yourself. I can't hear you.
The Ray's pizza. Have you ever had that in New York?
Loserville.
That's also another overrated. And I ate that.
That's like world famous, though.
I know, and I even ate it really hammered in
So,
New York.
Noon?
And so
Normal?
everything should be really good at that point, but it was okay.
I know, right?
I've never even heard of that.
Big voice guy feels you on that one.
Man, this looks great. I would eat this.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
And like you hear people talk about it all the time. In fact, it's mentioned in Elf, I think.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
he said,
yeah.
The real Ray's.
yeah. There's
the
like
original.
there's 5 Ray's pizza, but the real Ray's is on blankety blank. Yeah,
Yep.
it's world famous. Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, there is a secret menu item at McDonald's called Cotton Candy Sprite.
What?
Ick.
What ick?
Right. So I guess the hack, though,
What
that's been
ick?
floating around on
That's
TikTok
funny.
is you don't just ask for cotton candy Sprite, because I think a lot of people would go, what the hell are you doing? Well, we don't have that. Apparently, you're supposed to order a Sprite and then ask them for 3 pumps of French vanilla syrup.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and it's actually you have to at the one in Edina, you walk in and you go like this,
Good morning, Peter.
and they give it to you.
Peter knows what's up.
Yeah,
I think that's the code.
It's the code. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, actually, it sounds kind of good. I think.
Good
What do you think,
morning,
Zacho?
Peter.
I agree with you, Corey.
I'm all set for it. I don't know. I'm not a big what is it called? Cotton
Sprite?
candy guy, but
Good morning, Peter.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Wake up, Peter.
Good morning, Peter.
I'll give Peter a go too.
Wow.
Okay.
That's kind of you.
Too late. Starting in 2 days, the Real ID deadline kicks in. So the TSA is saying if you don't have a Real ID by Wednesday,
It's happening.
you should get to the airport at least 3 hours early, because there's going to be additional delays and screenings, and there's going to be confusion. And
For now-
a lot of people aren't going to understand that Wednesday is the deadline. So they're going to be people that show up that don't have a passport, don't have a Real ID, and they're going to be super pissed because they're not going to be allowed to fly.
Right, but for now, you can use your passport.
You can
As a
use your
real-
passport,
yes,
correct.
You don't have a real ID.
But if you if you just show up with your license on Wednesday, you're like, what do you mean I don't get to get on my flight? Well,
5-0.
We're going to call the police?
That's right.
Your
How
hands
many
up.
people have them? Do you, Hogs?
I think you do, right?
Me? No.
Yeah, no?
I use my passport.
Oh, I have one.
So
Yeah, that's okay. Mustman's the one. Okay,
I
yeah.
do
mhm.
too.
But it's
Oh,
really
cool.
impossible to go and get the real ID. I mean, it's not impossible, but you have to bring so much
Yeah,
with
it
you
is.
Yeah, I've
to
already-
identify that you are the person that. Okay, here's my old ID.
Yeah.
How can you just not upgrade it?
So I filled out online all the information and gave them the pictures of the documents I'm going to bring. And so when I make an appointment, which I should have already done, I've been silly not to do it yet. Anyway, I'll make an appointment. I'll go in. I have this piece of paper that I print out and the documents I agreed to bring. And they said it'll take a snap. It'll be done like that. So you can do that on DMV or whatever it is. Yeah.
We're sweating right now because my dad renewed his license like 5 months ago, and he still hasn't received it. And
Really?
we got a trip in a couple of weeks here, and
Does he not have a passport?
no,
He doesn't have a passport?
well, I
What?
mean, hasn't gone out of the country. I don't think.
Oh, sorry.
Border battle.
It's going to be a real battle at the border for him.
Didn't he host that donkey show in Tijuana for like 12 years?
Yeah, that's when he lost his passport.
No, that was Wait, he lost his passport because of that?
Yeah. Yep, he had a battle at the border.
Border battle.
So when you're saying you can get in there to like the DMV or one of those vehicle, what is it? What's the other acronym? That's
License
close.
Bureau?
Yeah, whatever it is, doesn't matter.
NWA.
Yeah, so if you go to the NWA and say like,
Don't
I
say
have all
anything.
the documents. Are we at the point now where you need an appointment, or can you do walk-ins at this point?
If you go outside the cities, you can almost always go in without an appointment. But if you're anywhere in the Twin Cities, make an appointment.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
It's crazy.
And it just makes sense because you roll in and you know what time you need to be there and stuff. If you just try to do it unannounced, you're almost not going to be able to do it.
Well, and it's always the classic thing, too, where you're like standing in line forever. You're going, what is going on? How long is this going to take? And then you get up there and you give them your stuff, and they go, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Well, what were those
That's
people
exactly
doing?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Every time.
All day in America.
That's right.
Thank you.
Dance for the camera.
Wow. Why say that?
What could we have possibly had him say that?
I did not.
I don't want to have that.
Paul, your hands up.
My guess is there was the Channel 9 morning show danced on, what was it, Fridays? And I would bet the guy sitting there at 9 to noon saw that and then had him
Dance for the camera.
That's my guess.
That or it's just a regular voice guy who sits by himself and doesn't talk to anybody and just has a lot of time on his hands and just decides, hey, I'll throw out some special ones for you.
No, that was somebody, that's specific for that.
Someone wrote that down and sent it.
Yes, PA. Why does it say
Dance for the camera.
According to a new survey, 13% of Americans say they have no clue what Cinco de Mayo is all about. I think it's way higher than that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Way higher.
Yeah, I bet
13% have no idea what it's about. You said?
Yeah.
It's got to. It's
way higher.
It's insanely higher.
Way
than that.
higher.
Yeah.
The abyss.
Oh.
I don't think it's what it's about. Big voice guy.
Wow.
What's his name? Anybody?
Rusty.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Okay.
Gorg.
Rusty
it is,
Gorg.
Isn't it Mitch something?
Mitch,
Yeah.
that's it. Thank you. Boy, what a voice on that guy.
That's
Holy
sweet.
moly.
According to a new survey, 39% of Americans say it's Mexican Independence Day. 26
Love line.
Yeah, love line. 26% say it's a celebration of a Mexican American culture.
Pop culture.
13% it's a
not
fun
quite.
excuse to drink. And another 13% admit they have no clue what it's about.
Ron Johnson.
Ron's one of them.
Ron.
Yep.
Janssen.
It just means Monday Margs today.
That's right.
Oh, by the way,
You said that last one.
do we know this? Have we talked about this? Well, this is one of those things we may have talked about 20 times or zero. That Chris Farley was supposed to be the bowler in Kingpin, but he was contractually obligated to do Black Sheep, so it went to Randy Quaid instead.
I did not know that.
Farley was supposed to be the Amish bowler in Kingpin. Can you freaking imagine?
An A+.
That movie's an A+ without him.
So good.
Wobble, wobble.
Oh.
Man. All right. I hope you didn't read this, Sauce. This is, or Musk, because Musk, you have access to this too, right? I hope you didn't read this. This, I think you guys are smart enough to put this together. Think about this. Roughly 4.5 trillion of these, trillion with a T,
Little people.
are littered every year, making them the most littered item on the planet.
Oh, this is easy.
I mean, I have a guess. Is it?
It's got to be cigarette
Yeah,
butts.
cigarette butts would be my guess.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yucky.
Ugh, that's so many.
I can't believe that many people still smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, go to Europe, brother.
Yeah, everybody in Europe
It's
smokes.
everyone.
Everybody.
How are you, stranger?
Hey, what's up, BBG?
Sauce, there's a lot of kids back there that are watching this broadcast and trying to learn how radio works, right?
Sure.
They're right here.
Just in case they're still listening. Tell these fine ladies and gentlemen what the coolest possible accessory is.
No, we're not going to let that happen.
Me?
Yeah, what do you think the coolest, like, if you want to look so freaking cool, what's the coolest thing? What have you said in the past?
I've said a lot of things.
Yeah, but specifically, you always say that one thing is the coolest accessory. It's weird how you're forgetting what that is
Yeah,
right
I did
now.
forget.
What is it?
I think I've said before, I don't stand by this anymore, but I have said in the past that it's a cigarette.
Gross.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, folks, you're saying, so what, I'm not
Make
saying this,
the
I'm just asking a
case.
question. You're making the case that if these kids want to be cool,
No,
they should do
you know
what?
I'll tell you this much. Those kids are cool regardless.
But
Well
they'd
said.
be cooler.
They
If
can't
what?
possibly be cooler.
You've changed.
I wish
Yeah,
you were
which-
thrown from a helicopter.
I'm fine.
Yeah, there he goes.
Oh,
Wow.
He said he was fine, though.
Pretty strong, Corey.
Anyway, all right.
Is that all I got?
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, okay, cool. Watch for ticks out there, ladies and gentlemen, and especially on your doggies. Listen to this. Minnesotans need to be on the lookout for ticks as spring weather means they're out in full force. U of M public health professor John Oliver, who also does a television show, says it can be hard to predict how many ticks will be out.
In this part of the country, you can pretty much bet that there's going to be plenty of them around. Early season surveillance projects we're working on do indicate that there's quite a lot of ticks out. We had a team out collecting ticks. So yeah, there's a pretty good number of them out already. If a tick does bite you, it's important to remove it as soon as possible. Don't leave it attached. So in order to remove the tick, you take a pair of tweezers and grab it by the mouth parts as close to your skin as possible and just pull it straight up.
You ever had a tick on you?
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then just the blood sac starts filling up.
God, you need to see a doctor.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, and that tick is drunk when it's off you.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh my God, what did I just drink?
Kids don't drink. I don't either.
Not the coolest accessory
No,
possible.
not even close.
That's right.
All right.
Musman, you're the best.
Thanks, guys.
Mus.
Love you,
And
boys.
thanks to all the
Mus.
kids from Reach who stopped by. Thank you. Hope it was worth getting up early. Have fun. Where are you guys going? Air what? Air Max in St. Cloud. They're on their way to have some fun at Air Max in St. Cloud.
Oh, all right. Right
Go
on.
Reach. Woohoo.
Very cool. 9 to noon is next. The Power Trip Morning Show returns tomorrow, 5:30 to 9, right here on the Fan. Thanks for checking out the Power Trip and the Power Trip podcast. See you tomorrow.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Ab.